expect we had about 4 or 5 times. She was starting. Yes, I am. Water, soap, bleach, wonderful product, yes.
She started all of this.
Really?
Yeah. And I did not know I just need 60. I didn't know I had everybody.
In the world all alone?
Well, I knew that my mom and dad were from here, but I didn't know everyone, other people still lived here. So I just thought they were all gone too.
Well, I'd heard of you all my life.
Yeah.
And dreamed I'd ever meet you.
What'd you think that day I left you a picture of all 7 of us in your mailbox?
Well, I knew who you were, you know, because of Maurice.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
And,
But I don't think you knew we were coming that weekend.
No.
We just
No,
drove
I
by.
I can't remember now how I got in touch with Maurice. Was it somebody at Washington? State?
Maybe
Old
Magdalene.
Washington, Arkansas at the State Library?
Well, Magdalene
Magdalene.
works at the State Archives, Washington. Sarah, Southwest Archives. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, she still works there. A couple days a week.
That's how I got here. I've never met her.
Mrs. Horn. She's our favorite sister, isn't she?
Yeah, she always tries to send us a card at Christmas time.
Well, she's such a good person. She's just all around.
Too bad her health.
Maybe,
Yeah,
maybe someday she'll be able to come.
Oh no, she lives with her sister Pat. She can't go anywhere. She has vertigo,
Well,
diabetes.
I don't guess I'll ever get to California to meet her out there.
You're probably not going to. That one's not
Tell
going
her
to
I
happen.
asked about it.
I will.
What turns the mechanism?
But you used to run one of these?
Oh yeah. This thing here is called a Pitman rod. It goes back and forth. What makes the sickle go this way?
Okay. And it was powered by the pulling from the horse?
Yeah, the wheels turning.
Okay.
Turn the gears inside.
Huh. What'd you use it for? To cut what?
Mowed hay.
Mowed hay with it.
This would raise the sickle and lower it.
So your dad had one of these?
Yep.
Huh. Pretty rough ride, wasn't it?
Yeah. See the cleats on the wheels?
Yeah.
It was so that they wouldn't skid. And they would be sure and turn all the mechanisms.
Hmm. How old were you when you were using one of these?
12, 13, 14, 15. Well, I was 16 before we got a tractor, so up until then. These blades are in sections, one section, one section, one section. They're riveted in. If you break one, you had to drive the rivets out and put another section in. And let's see this thing here. It holds the blade down so that the sickle will rub together on the guard Make it scissors. Make the scissors.
This was made by Oliver.
Oliver.
Yeah. Got some company. A couple of Maurice's dogs. Yeah. That one there's the friendliest. Don't you wish you had a big old dog around like that, Wes?
Alaskan Malamute.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah. Come here.
Don't knock me down.
Jumps up in there, she sets up her. I bring the garbage up here and put it out and make a circle around the house. And if she jumps out, she's had her little ride. But that dog loves me to death.
Maurice,
Yes, ma'am.
Next time you have your wife or you come up to Little Rock, have to stay any time in the hospital or something,
Give you a call.
give me a call. I'd
Well-
like to have you come stay with me.
All right, I'll think
Be
about
glad
that
to. You
very
know,
seriously.
let old Charlie Merritt come over and stay with me a night
I
or
didn't
two
know that.
one time. And somebody else, who
I'll
was
do
it?
that, Levon.
But I'll make room for you
Okay.
if you need a place to stay.
Well, I stayed at the heart hospital one night, and I slept on one of them old-fashioned recliner chairs, you know, and then my back hurt me for a week after that.
Well, I got a good bed at my house. No need you sleeping on them old hard benches.
Okay, Levon, thank you.
Bed at my house.
Thank you very much. Now, if
Oh,
y'all ever look for her phone number, her name is Bobby in the phone book.
Okay.
Bobby L.
Bobby
There's two
what?
There's two Bobbies in the phone book, but I spell mine B-O-B-B-Y-E.
Oh, okay.
Bobby.
Bobby.
You know, we have a state representative named Bobby Hogue, too. But that's
H-
not me.
Okay, Levon, I'll do that, girl. Thanks for coming here.
Yeah, enjoy it.
How do you like my front porch on it? Boy, my wife.
Oh,
That floor is 1 inch treated lumber, 1/6 treated lumber, and I took my router and routed the edges so the water'd run off, and the sleepers underneath it is treated lumber, and it'll last as long as we live.
yeah, you didn't have that lattice work last year, did
I had
you?
straight up and down pieces.
That's right. I like it. Now, which one of these dogs likes the ice cream?
Both of them.
Both of them do.
We can be sitting on that front porch, and the dog's under my workshop yonder, and honey, get us a little ice cream.
No.
Just talking. And by the time she gets in that kitchen and starts getting them bowls out, them dogs is on that front porch. Now you tell me, how can they tell from me sitting there is nearly 200 feet from where I'm sitting to where they are? And they'll come here and they'll sit there and they'll squat down on their hind end and they'll sit there and look for their ice
waiting
cream.
for their ice cream.
Just like she's sitting now. I haven't got them
Did I
in.
bring my purse out?
Yeah, it's right. It's up here. Yeah.
Now people used to live all in this community here. There was a house right up here, just beyond where that wood is sawed up. Then there was a big old house up here where the trailer house is. And then one of Uncle Donnell's boys had a house right here. And there was 2 more houses up there, and on around the curve was a bearding home on top of the hill.
So quite a few houses out
A
here. at
lot
one
of
time.
houses, yeah, about 12 families lived in.
Was there ever a store down here?
No,
Never was a store.
Never was a store. Now the road was changed. I want to point out something to you. Right at the edge of this hill there, the road is a little cutaway place there, and the road come about where those 3 little gum trees are.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the reason they changed it right in that about where that pine tree is was a quicksand bed. See that little swag in there?
Yeah.
That was a quicksand bed. You come through there and them horses start bogging up. So they had to change the road.
What do people do for a living around here?
Well, when they was in here, this was all under farm out here, and this was all back in here farm. Now Uncle Sam's kids, Lawrence, right here is Lighty's house. It's covered up with bushes now, as you can see. That's Lighty Adams. But right right out there in the edge of this opening, right in there is where Lawrence's kid lived at one time. The road just made a circle around in front of their house. And that's where Lawrence had some of his family at one time. And Ketchum, Stella's husband, built this little log house up here back in the 30s when I was going to school, and he moved his family down there. Well, he just had Sam, and Marcella was born after they come down here. But he
Okay, so Sam's
daddy built this
dad
little log house.
built this.
The Historical Society has come by wanting Sam to donate it to them for historical purposes, but Sam wouldn't let them have it.
He would.
Sure wouldn't.
How come the farming to cease?
Huh?
How come the farmers to quit?
Well, they all moved to town after the war. Cause you see, they got a little of that government money, and they couldn't afford it. Now this little old branch here, I can remember Dad had an old A model, and I'd drive that little old A model down there and park it on the wooden bridge then, and wash that thing off. Cause this little old branch never did dry up. Go down there and catch fish big as your hand in it.
Right there.
This was our land here. This is the corner of our land. We had 4 40s right in 160 acres. And when Mama died, my brother had gotten a big fist to sell it, so we gave it away for $100 an acre.
What do you think it's worth today?
At least, well, there's a lot of timber on it. It's worth $1,000 an acre now.
Yeah, the timber is what's valuable, right?
Now, if you drive real slow, just beyond this pecan tree, see that big, there's a sycamore, but that big spraddle pecan tree,
Yeah.
there's a cupboard, well covered in there with brick around it. Come on a little further and you'll see it. I hope nobody knocked it down. It's right in behind it. There it is, I can see it. A little further. Whoa, 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 see that dark spot right there?
Yeah.
That's it, that's a brick well, all the way to the bottom, 32 feet deep, made out of brick beds. Can you see it? See the outline of it? There you are now, see it? See the outline of it now? That's good well of water. That's where I was raised, right there on that.
Okay, your dad had his place there.
That was my daddy's place.
Well, still usable?
Yeah, there's a limb in it, but you could take that limb out and get a pump and pump that water out, and it'd be good water, yeah? Yeah, it hadn't caved in at all. And he done that in the late, well, about the middle 30s when that well was dug. There's something else I want to show you up here.
The Stepto's place was on the right, wasn't it?
Yeah, right up here. I'll show you going a little further. All right, let me see. I'm hunting a big walnut tree now. All right, wait a minute. Right here. A little further so we can see. All right, right here. See the big walnut tree there?
Yeah.
Just a few feet from there was a well, a cow barn and a cow lot, and that's where Mary was drawing water. And when she reached down to get the bucket, that wedding ring slipped off of her hand. It's still in the well.
Still in the well.
One of them big wide band ones. 20, 18 karat kind of, you know, one of them big ones that cost you a fortune. Now, I give $400 for that little old band. But the house stood just over the little rise right here. I can remember the old house.
Was it a single-story house?
Yeah, a single-story house, had a fence around it, picket fence. You know, they made picket fences back then. They took 2 pieces of wire and stretched them across the top, 2 pieces to bottom, and they crisscrossed that wire and drove them
with those slats in
drove
between.
them paneling in there, you know, yeah. And this, we have the deed where Stepto deeded that to somebody, uncle or grandpa or somebody. And Just right up here about 1,000 feet where you find where the old house place was. Oh, we got a lot of company here today, look.
Sure do.
Now this used to be Grandpa's cotton patch, and when I was a little fella, we'd walk through there, and you remember them old bull nettles?
Not me, but I bet they will. Bull nettles?
That had a kernel on them, three kernels in a pod, and they'd sting you, boy, they'd sting you to death. And Grandpa would go down there and pick them old bull nettles, pinch the end of them off and feed them to me. I ate so many of them I got sick. I think it's June. And he come over and helped Daddy hoe out some grassy ribbon cane, and he started home. And he got sort of sick, and he squatted down by a big pine tree that settled on here somewhere. Stayed there a long time, and he finally went home. You know, he's bad diabetic, Grandpa was. It wasn't about a week till he was dead.
You still jump this thing?
Anyway, we dug him up.
I can't either.
I wouldn't attempt.
I can't get my feet off the ground.
What are you doing then? Who are you going to cut off?
When Jerry got killed, I planted those junipers, and I've been taking care of them ever since.
Did you know that one time I come up here and there's a little mound on the outside between?
Yeah, I know. It was a dog. It was very dusty up there. I know. I'm the one that buried him.
You are.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
This is my brother and this is my nephew.
I
Your
left
nephew's
him.
Jerry Adams.
Jerry Adams. Raymond is the oldest brother. This is Raymond's second wife, Jimmy Nell. Her first name was Hughes, Jimmy Nell Hughes. This is my brother.
Brother's Tasker.
He's one just above me, and this is his wife. She's still living and doing well, 80 years old.
Really? Where does she live?
She lives
My
in Camden,
great-granddad.
81 years old
That's
now.
my great-great-granddad. And
Now this is Grandpa Adams,
I'm kin to both these people.
Alpha Jane Woodell.
Now, that's not your dad, huh?
There he is down here.
Alpha
Joe.
Okay.
This is my daddy, Maddie Leona Stevens Adams. She was a Stevens.
Whatever.
See, she was
Yeah. Anyway, there's a double relation right here.
5 years,
But of all these
5.5 years younger than Dad. There's my little old marker. You notice I got a music sign on it?
Oh, yeah.
That shows that I'm a piano player, I guess you could say it.
I didn't know. I don't remember you telling me that before. That you played piano.
Lord, I've been playing it ever since I was 5 years old.
Oh, is that right?
My daddy was a preacher and he needed somebody to play the organ.
Sure.
There's Uncle Jim, this is James Thomas.
My grandpa
That's Daddy's brother.
divorced my grandma.
There's Daddy's other brother, Darnell.
Well, they got this whole row. Nothing but Adams is that whole row.
Darlin, that's Darnell's oldest boy. Cheryl is Darnell's middle son.
Mm-hmm.
Now let's go down these Adams.
About the Owen.
Now Beulah.
That's Beulah.
Beulah is Sam Adams' daughter.
Beulah Smith.
They were very.
No, this is, Jess Smith.
No, Beulah.
Who was that, Maurice?
Beulah, wait a minute, that wasn't Adam. Beulah
She's Beulah Hodge.
Hodge, yeah,
Hodge.
Beulah Hodge.
Okay, that was a granddaughter of, wasn't he a granddaughter of Sam?
Grandfathered me.
No kin.
No kin?
No kin. Beulah made Hodge.
I'm getting right in his way here.
Wait a minute. There's a Beulah May Hodge.
Who's Beulah May Smith? Beulah B. Smith.
They spell it different.
Yeah.
B-E-U and B-U.
B-U-E.
Yeah, he got he had multiple myeloma.
I don't know. Edgar Hodge. Now these two match here, Edgar and Beulah.
I had a friend that died.
Okay.
She died.
This is Sam's daughter here. Now this Robert Lewis, Uncle Sam's
We had a
son.
good garden. It
No.
looked like it was gonna do
Huh?
well.
Great grandson.
Get out there and work.
Grandson, yeah, 1928. There's the son and
See,
grandson.
for me to fix Margie's head.
Right, first husband. That's my dad. My dad. My great-granddad. I mean, my dad, my granddad, my great-granddad, my
I'll
great-great-granddad.
tell you. You got as many of them as Maurice does.
What you found?
Oh, found a lizard.
Y'all going to Purifoy?
I don't need any more family branches on my tree.
You don't need them. Well, let's just back up in.
How you like that money call over there, Art?
Anyway, good to see you.
Ah, pretty good, except when you have to get in the back seat. Two doors is the devil.
I know it.
You know, it does pretty good. We got 60,000.
How's that camera going?
Ah, it's got that 3100 motor. It's probably better if it had that 38.
Yeah, he's following you.
Put two new shoes on it.
Thinks I should disappear.
Yeah, well, move forwards, because I don't like it.
Can.
This guy says, no way. Says, Maurice is going to be with us. we moved people over. Here we are at Purifoy.
Cedars. Yeah, we come by here and throw some limbs off here. And
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know.
that limb on the fence somewhere along in there, she said. And the guy come in. That don't look too bad, does it? It'll last another month.
Oh, yeah.
More to
The
do.
grass ain't gonna grow no whole lot in this old hills with this stuff.
Well, they
This time of year, you know.
The rows come over and set out some of this Rockefeller grass. Whatever kind you call it. What do you call it?
St. Augustine?
No.
See ya. We gonna bring some daylilies up here. I got some in some pots. We're gonna
Now
dig.
all of them little old plastic things, well, I put them up. They rocks and they indicate where babies were buried. No telling how many babies have been buried. That's just part of them. We don't know how many.
Yeah, there's a world of
World of
folks
babies buried over here.
without.
Because back then, you know, women didn't have much chance in childbirth. They had a little difficulty with the baby suffered.
I should have got my cap out of that car.
Yep.
My bald head's tender.
Yeah, you sure is. There's a pine tree somebody's gonna have to cut down one of these days. It's leaned over into this oak.
That what?
Dead pine tree.
Well, how often has the lamb done blew on us since you was old?
Yeah, sure has.
I was gonna bring my chainsaw. We come through here and this was pretty bad and Adams was bad. And
Let's see if we can get this off.
I started to call Sam and I said, no, if he didn't, we'll go back later, Memorial Day or whatever.
Oh, the shade. No.
I know it. Yeah, this is the baby cemetery. There may be 100 babies buried. Nobody knows. Back then, if they found the sand rock, they marked that being a grave marker.
But I'm gonna bring some daylilies up here. 'Cause, you know, it don't take much to make them survive. You know? And they about like them. Well, I even might bring some of them old spider lilies that bloom about squirrel hunting season. I got a whole bunch of them. Come about July this time to dig them up.
I come over here and I tried to burn these rich pine stumps down, but you see how far down they burnt, and there's it. All right, here's one.
Usually though, if you get them fired up, they'll
There's
go.
Margaret Adams.
Well, she married a Purifoy.
She married a Purifoy.
Gums
She
running
married, what was Margaret Purifoy's husband's name? First name?
Marshall, wasn't it?
Marsh.
Marshall Purifoy.
Called him Marsh.
Yeah, he did.
But you see, here's the original monument,
Yeah,
and they
Yeah.
come along here and put that right on the grave.
yeah.
Right on top of the grave, huh?
Yeah. Now I made all these concrete markers if you're gonna. That's Martha Jean. That's what they call Aunt Matt. She was a goofy one that the boys all picked at. I don't know what year, but 1920 something she died. Do you have a date on her death? Art?
Hi.
You have a date on Aunt Matt's death?
Can't find it
I
now.
ain't either.
Oh, we looked in that Arkansas. They got out 4 books.
Now here's
Arkansas deaths.
Here's
And
my
we found William Ray
sister over here.
Woodell's in 1914, but
My
we
little-
could not find.
my little 3-year-old sister.
But we really don't know when she died. Aunt Matt died after she was still in the household. 1900.
Now this rock may be a baby of John and Alfred Adams that died right after his birth. We don't know.
Okay.
I learned that today.
Oh, where's Stepto?
Now he down here.
Well,
Okay.
we're assuming that he is anyway. This was the only logical place for him to be buried. Was over here.
Now this was put here for memory. These are the 2 little girls of Stepto that died in South Carolina.
You know, we found one for death in a.
No, this is Selena Nesbitt. This is the wife. She died 1861.
Yeah.
Now here's the two little girls that died in the infancy. One was 2 and the other one was just a few months old. But they were buried in South Carolina. But I put that there to remember.
We found Margaret, Selena, and one of the little girls in a.
Now here's James Stepto's son under the Mary. Mary.
That's the baby boy.
That's Robert E. Here's one I got here for James Stepto. And have you seen this one I put over here for Mary?
Was it here a year ago?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know when you put that.
I don't.
Okay.
But that's the only place she could be buried.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
Stepto, he's living in 1900 in Grandpa Adams' house.
Right
Wes, let's get you by that's your great-grandfather.
That's my great-grandfather.
Right over
Yeah.
there, yeah.
Now there's the bird situation over there. All of them were birds.
And where do you think that the Indian and the blacksmith?
Just adjacent to this down.
Okay,
See this
behind
little
you.
ridge goes on down 2 or
Yeah.
3,000 feet, see?
Okay, so just down that ridge.
And you see, there's a marker, there's a stone. We don't know
Yeah.
who's buried there.
Well now, that's Beulah. Beulah.
Yeah. Lula. Oh.
Beulah. E-U-L-A.
E-U. It's Beulah.
What's it?
And it's Margaret Bird and Billy Bird's daughter.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Now these 2 boys and William J. here's one that blew up in that sawmill explosion, killed all three of them. Yeah.
Killed all 3 of
Page is the one that got killed over there where the church is in a shooting.
Yeah, he just come up and shot him. Shot him
The
dead.
fella come up and shot him.
During an election.
If during an election?
1927, I know. Ooh, I don't know. Roasting. It's hot in that building where I work, but it ain't this hot.
I tell you what, I'm starting to melt a little bit. Look at this. Are you all hot with that sun beating down on you?
No, it's real cool.
Mm,
Just wiping our eyes. Just going.
well,
trying to make friends with us.
Yeah, the gnats are friends over here in the flies.
The gnats?
The
Okay.
flies, the same as
Well, what do you think, Maisie?
There's a lot more room for a lot more people. Had to go to work. He just had to.
See, I don't think anybody's being buried here anymore, are
No.
they?
No.
They're done.
And you know, there's places here that doesn't even have markers. There are people
They're
buried
standing
here.
on
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's liable to happen to our stones one of these days.
Yes. Well, they probably come
Ken
in
and I
and
have seen
put
so
somebody
many
right
things
on
like
top of
this
it.
that have fallen
Well, either
out.
that or
I know
200
that
years
I
from
see
now they
the
want to put a
new one
space
up
station
there.
right on top of that cemetery of ours.
Yeah.
They'll just
But I said, you know,
plow it over.
it's just
Find her, but we did find those two, and we got a date on them. And
so I'm not sure better to have one of these.
This isn't poison ivy, is it?
Yes, it is.
Is
Yeah,
it,
it's
Bill?
poison ivy.
poison ivy.
Oh, Maurice, get that away from me.
Now rub him with that hand.
I was going to shake your hand when I go home, but
Hug my neck, girl.
I was going to hug you back, but I'm not
You see,
now.
I'm an Indian and it don't bother me.
It don't bother me.
Oh, it doesn't
Knock
me.
on wood.
Did I tell you Lane got poison
It
ivy?
might be
Mm-mm.
down
From her
in
working in the yard.
All over my boss.
We come-
all over her.
We come back up
working in her garden.
later in the summer. We'll bring some of them day lilies and some of them surprise lilies or some of them, whatever you want to call them.
You see,
They
there's
bloom around hunting season time, and we'll put a bunch of them out. We got 3 or 4 pots full of day lilies, and we'll put some of them out. They'll survive this old sandy high ridge out here. Look like them old Irish is doing pretty good. Huh?
Yeah, well, I mow them down every time I mow them.
Yeah, they don't do that. They
No, they're done.
They're beautiful, but
They are when they bloom.
Well, this is Purifoy.